It's a fantastic Fall Friday football festival featuring ferocious felines fighting fearlessly for fired up, frenzied fans. Hi, everybody, and welcome to High School Football on Channel 8. I'm Bill Rogan along with Brett Davis. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight it's the Devlin Jaguars taking on the Holy Family Tigers from Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. Both teams are 5-3, Brett, and basically this is a playoff elimination game.
It was, and I think alliteration was just eliminated as well. But yes, a playoff elimination game. Both teams 5-3. The winner is in pretty good shape. The loser has a lot of work to do.
And if Holy Family wants to win on their home field, they're going to have to stop the Flack attack.
That's right, Caleb Flack. We saw him down on the field warming up, and he's the real deal. He passes the eye test. I don't really know how to describe that, but when you see him, you will see why many Big 12 and Pac-10 schools are after this guy.
Flack with 25 touchdown passes this year. As far as Devlin goes, if they want to beat Holy Family, they're going to have to slow down the tremendous rushing game of the Tigers.
Absolutely. Any Mike Gabriel team wants to be physical up front, both offensively and defensively. And offensively, it all starts with that big offensive line and Connor Clay running behind him. He is a special player. Look for them to try to keep the ball away from Flack when they're on offense. Long, sustaining drives, very physical drives, and Connor Clay toting the rock.
And as you can see, the wind is playing havoc with my toupee. What will this do to the game?
Well, the Devlin coaches don't think that it's going to affect Flack very much. You know, on the short passes, it should. He's got a very strong arm, should be able to pierce through it. But on the long passes, the ball will tend to flutter, and especially look out in the kicking game, both in punting, PATs. I mean, this should be a close game. It could come down to a couple points. So the teams that can convert the PATs, maybe a short field goal, will be in good shape.
And the temperatures are mild, but the crosswind is even worse than a head-on wind.
Absolutely. It plays with the ball. You can't really, you can't play the wind. I mean, some quarters you'll have the wind at your back, but in this, the wind is against everybody.
Should be interesting. The crowd is filing in, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff and the starting lineups right after this. And there's a look at the field here at Holy Family High School, Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. And the Holy Family Tigers in the home purple with the gold helmets taking on the Devlin Jaguars in the road white with black trim and silver helmets. Our officials tonight, the referee is Rick Rouse, the umpire Sal Marini, the head linesman Damian Ederhoff, the linesman is Ryan West, and the back judge is Steve McFall. And Holy Family won the toss and will defer for the kickoff in the second half. So we'll get a chance, Brett Davis, to see Caleb Flack right off the bat.
We will get to see Caleb Flack on a very good-looking football field out there. Look at that paint job.
Excellent.
The parents from Holy Family putting that together.
And that was not here when we were here on September 4th against Steamboat Springs.
No, it wasn't, but Flack, yes, he is the real deal. He is worth the price of admission.
Both teams are 5-3 overall, 3-2 in Metro North play. And again, this is basically a playoff elimination game. Kicking off for Holy Family will be Gavin Geis, and deep to receive for the Jaguars will be Matt Menard and Connor Skelton. So we are set to go. The ball blows off the tee. And again, the temperature game time is 65 degrees, very mild for late October in Colorado, but the crosswind may play a factor in this game.
And it is a straight crosswind. The wind is moving right along with the lines on the field.
It's going right over the press box and into the face of the visiting Jaguars. So Geis will tee it up. Holding the ball will be Jason Martinez. And we are underway. Menard watches it bounce into the end zone. So Devlin will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And let's take a look at the starters for Devlin. The quarterback, Caleb Flack. Running back is Joe Baker. The wide receivers, they run a spread. Stratman, Menard, Skelton, Camito. And up front the line, Vitek and Wendt are the tackles, Harrison and Garza the guards, Boyd is the center. And after this next play, we'll set the defense for the Tigers. And again, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. And a handoff to Baker, and he gets stacked up. A loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. Leading the charge for Holy Family up front was Adam Schultz. Also in there for the Tigers on defense was Nico Elliott. They spotted just inside the 20. I thought he lost more yardage than that, Brett.
Yeah, I did too. It looked like a miscommunication on the handoff. Flack and the running back were not on the same page.
So trips to the right. Baker the lone back. And Flack's first pass of the night. Cross the middle, intended for Menard, incomplete. On the defense for Holy Family, right there. For the Tigers, do not have his number. There's the starters on defense. The tackles, Spengler and Schultz, Elliott, McLean, and O'Connor in the middle. Quinn and Dorr are the linebackers, with Balthazar, Williams, Cox, and Golter in the secondary. 3rd and a little more than 10. Flack rolling. Downfield, it is complete to Menard. And Menard gets tripped up and taken down at the 33-yard line. First down, Jaguars.
You see Flack right there, just how much talent he has right there, rolling out to his right. His throwing side be it, but still threw it off his back foot. It makes a nice throw.
They'll spot it at the 34. So a 14-yard pickup and a first down for the Jaguars. Opening minutes of play, no score. Flack keeps. He's got speed. First down and more. And Caleb Flack takes it down to the 42-yard line. First down. A 26-yard pickup.
And that's another element of his game. He is a very athletic guy, runs a legit 4.6. Again, he's only a junior, being looked at by a lot of teams in the Big 12 and the Pac-10. And you see his athleticism right there.
So 1st and 10, Jaguars. They spotted at the Holy Family 41-yard line. And Flack keeps, and he goes down. Nice penetration in the middle. Adam Schultz with the takedown and a loss of 4.
Yes, Schultz made a very nice tackle, one-on-one in space right there on Flack. If he's not able to wrap him up, then Flack's probably able to get pretty good yardage, maybe first down yardage out of that. So an excellent play by Schultz on the open field tackle. Staying at home right there. Assignment football, Bill. Assignment football.
Joe Whitaker is the running back to the left of Flack. Menard comes to the near side, 3 to the far side. 2nd and 14 at the Holy Family 45. Flack, man in his face, gets it away off the hand of Menard. Covered by Balthazar, and he'll bring up 3rd and long. Excellent pressure up front that time by the Tigers.
Yes, and that's Mike Gabriel's ideal situation right there. Get in his face, make him make a tough pass. He threw that one into double coverage as well. Holy Family was in good position if he's able to hold on the ball to make the tackle. But yeah, get in his face, don't let him set his feet and survey the field, and that's kind of the recipe to beating him.
In the history of football on every level, there is not one quarterback who likes pressure in his face. From Caleb Flack to Tom Brady. Downfield, passes incomplete, intended for Alec Camito. Stride for stride with him was Balthazar, and it brings up a 4th down. So the Tigers, after giving up a couple of first downs, steady their defense, and they'll get the ball.
And this is where this win's going to come into play in the kicking game and the special teams, both with the punter and the return man. And that ball's going to be up in the air, floating around.
Zach Wendt will punt the ball. And here's the punt. Gets it away. Tommy Erb will let it go out of bounds, and it's a touchback. It hit the pylon.
Barely.
So a break for Holy Family. that nearly was out of bounds inside the 1 yard line, and a good job by Herb to let that ball go. But if it stayed in play,
if it stays in play, the ball is inches away from the goal line, yes.
But he would have had to get on it too. Or no, actually,
no, he would have gone out of bounds, yeah.
He could have let it roll. He didn't touch it. And where are they spotting this ball?
I don't know about this. Yeah, the ball, I saw it hit the pylon from up here.
It hit the pylon. Well, maybe it went out of bounds at the 8 and then hit the pylon. So they're going to spot at the 8-yard line. We'll get the starters on offense in a moment. But Zach Langfield is the quarterback. He's a senior. And he gives the ball to the tailback, Connor Clay. And Clay gets stood up. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score. First possession for the Tigers. And offensively for Holy Family, Langfield is the quarterback. Pugliese and Clay the running backs. Golter and Herb and also Watson at the wide receiver spot. And up front, it's Preeb the center. The guards, Aragon and Miller. And the tackles, Barry and Matthews. The tight end is West. And a whistle.
Timeout.
And who took that time?
Holy Family, yeah.
So Holy Family takes a timeout.
Real quick on Zach Langfield, too. Caleb Flack for Devlin gets a lot of the headlines in this matchup. But Langfield is no slouch either. You know, Mike Gabriel is going to want to run the ball, but when they need for him to step back and make a tough throw, he can definitely do it.
And I don't know about you, Brett, but it is a very cozy press box.
It is.
It is tight and packed. Our stat man, Don Pablo Apodaca, is sitting to my right, and you're sitting behind Don.
That's right.
Little triangle here as we try to get an angle to see the field. Although a couple of years ago there was a lightning delay, and there were about 40 people in this press box instead of the 10 that are in here now.
Like I said, they could fit 30 more people in here. That's amazing.
2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Langfield, a senior, 6 feet tall, 175. Quick outlet pass to Herb. Herb trying to beat a man, and he gets some good yardage before he's wrapped up and taken down. The free safety, Matt Menard, came over and helped out the cornerback, Ryan Matheson. So they make the stop, but a good gain for Holy Family, and now a very manageable 3rd down situation.
Very good play.
Spotted at the 17-yard line.
Yep. Yeah, very good play here as you see Langfield. As I just said about him, very good quarterback. You see him throw that ball out to the flat right into the teeth of the wind. That was a throw that was directly against this crosswind.
And they did give him a 1st down. So 1st and 10. And up the middle, it's the fullback, Pugliese. And Pugliese, who has 11 touchdowns on the year, does not get any yardage here. Maybe about a 6-yard gain. 6-inch gain.
6 inches, I was gonna say.
6 inches. So that was a good defensive stop there by Devlin, Zach Wendt, and Eric Garza clogging up the middle. Wendt a moment ago punted the ball for the Jaguars. Wendt is a junior, 6'4", 270. So keep an eye on 78. Some movement on the far side, and that'll cost Holy Family. Let's take a look at the defense for the Jaguars. The defensive ends are Balbin and Truman. Wendt and Garza, as we mentioned, in the middle, the tackles. The middle linebacker is Doyle, Garland, and Hall, the outside backers. The corners, Matheson and Comito. Menard and Whitaker are the safeties. And Menard is one of the fastest players in 3A. A speed merchant.
Watch out for him on the special teams as well.
Langfield straight back. Screen. And that's sniffed out by Wendt and taken down after a short pickup on the wide receiver screen is Stanley Watson. Let's take a look at that screen, Brett.
See right here, just trying to get some yardage in a tough situation, get the ball into a speedster's hand here. Very nice, staying at home again.
It refused to get suckered in. He saw the screen and peeled back and made the play. Otherwise, that could have been a nice gain for the Tigers. 3rd and 11. A loss of 1 in that play. Langfield looking for Herb off his hand. Coverage on the play by Ryan Matheson, the junior. And Holy Family will have to punt deep in their own territory. So at least they got a first down to get some breathing room, but the Jaguars will get good field position out of this.
So far, it is a game of field position, trying to turn the field over. 2 good teams.
Clay will kick it. And Clay gets it high in the air. Wynn pushes it toward the far sideline, and it rolls out of bounds at about the Holy Family 48-yard line. That's where the Jaguars will take over. Jeremy Bennett in his 6th season coaching Devlin, and he didn't think the wind would be a factor for his quarterback. Maybe on the short passes, but it'll be interesting to see how the wind affects the long ball.
It will, and honestly, it depends on what side of the field he's throwing to. I mean, we pointed this out. Langfield made a pass earlier out to the flat that was right into it. When you're throwing the ball east and west, you know, if he throws it to the far side, maybe it won't be so bad as opposed to throwing it to the near side where he'd be sort of throwing it into the wind.
And Flack keeps it, and he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 5, maybe 6. And so Flack on the night already with 28 yards on the ground, 3 carries.
But yeah, he does throw a good enough ball that it can, you know, pierce through if he puts enough mustard on it for the short passes. But anything you put up in the air, no matter how well you throw it, the wind, you put it up in the jet stream, the wind will get a hold of it.
Flack is just a junior, 6'2", 205 pounds. 67% completion ratio, and here's the give up the middle. And that's Whitaker, who gets close to the first down, doesn't quite get it. Stopped on the play by Nico Elliott. Morgan Dorr, the linebacker, also in on the stop. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2. Ball resting at the 42.5-yard line of Holy Family. We'll see if the Devlin squad tries to put it in the air in this wind on a 3rd and short.
This might be 2 downs to get 2.5 yards. Up.
Whoa. Went on the right side, moved. So we were praising him earlier. That time, a false start penalty.
Now maybe it's not a 4-down territory situation.
Well, they're on 3rd and 2 or 3. You don't know if it's going to be a pass or a run.
Right.
Here probably is going to be a pass. Although the way Flack has run the ball, and he's got 4.6 speed. He's not slow by any means.
We'll see what kind of pressure, too, Holy Family will bring after him. Try to get in his face again, make him make a bad pass.
Going to the far side is Connor Skelton. To the near side is Menard. In motion is Stratman. Flack downfield. It is high, incomplete. Pass was intended. Can't see who it was. Actually, that pass was intended for Anthony Perico. And it'll be a punting situation as Wendt, maybe the biggest punter in America. And I'm not saying just high school. Golter and Herb deep for Holy Family, standing at the 10-yard line.
And that last punt too, very low to the ground, able to get it on the ground soon and let it roll a little bit, make some bad bounces for the return men back there.
But a high punt would be pretty tough to field too in this wind. There's a liner. Herb off his hands, out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. And that's where Holy Family will take over. 5:17 to go, first quarter, no score between Devlin and Holy Family. Both teams need the win to keep their playoff hopes alive. If you're wondering, this is a real grass field. It is not artificial turf. Devlin has played every game this year on artificial turf. This is their first game on the natural surface.
It is. These natural grass surfaces are very few and far between now.
Yes, they are. Most schools go into that artificial turf. And here's the give to Connor Clay. Up the middle, and he gets good yardage. Good blocking up front by Holy Family. And on the tackle for the Jags was Mike Doyle, the middle linebacker.
As we see right here, just a handoff up the middle to Clay. Get a very good push on the offensive line. Gets him to a hole to run through. As you see, Clay, too, the ball security. Look at that. Because what happens when you turn the ball over, Bill?
Turn the ball over, you lose most of the time. Second down and about 4. Langfield keeps. Turns the corner. First down, but a flag on the play. Whitaker on the tackle. And Rick Rouse, the referee in the white hat, signals against Holy Family.
Trying to get around that, holding. Trying to get around that left corner right there. He was able to, but I guess we saw why.
So that's a costly penalty. They would have had a first down.
And that would have been a perfect way to start this series. 2 running plays for a first down, get some momentum with your offensive line, getting off the ball well. Coach Gabriel told us before the game he wants a physical game against Devlin. He wants long drives, preferably with the ground game. So see if they can bounce back from this. Still second and manageable.
Second down and 12. Ball at the Holy Family 14-yard line. Langfield in trouble. Launches one. It is intercepted by Menard off the double deflection.
Watch out.
Menard's got some wheels, and he gets knocked down around the 26-yard line of Holy Family. Good heavens, the ball bounced off 2 Holy Family players, Watson, and then it deflected off of Erb, and finally corralled by Menard of the Jaguars. Let's take a look at this one, Brett.
Yeah, very bizarre play. It looks like when you watch Langfield throw it right here, I mean, he's under heavy duress, and he just throws it up for grabs, but once you look down the field at who he was throwing at, it was only 2 of his own guys, Erb and Watson, and it goes off both of them right into the hands of Menard. Menard, too, that's a guy that you do not want to have the ball in the open field.
Looked like Erb was playing soccer with the header. Colton Hall applying pressure for the defense of the Jaguars. Here's a quick out, complete, and a first down. Luke Stratman, the sophomore, gets the reception, and Devlin in business. Let's take a look at that quick hitter.
As you see right here, just Stratman going to an open spot on the field, Flack finding him. And now it's up to that Holy Family secondary to make some tackles in the open field. They ran to the ball well, but not after he was able to scoot upfield for good positive yardage.
Balthazar on the stop for Holy Family. 1st and 10. Ball is at the Holy Family 13. Toward the end zone. It is incomplete, intended for Menard. He was covered tightly by Thomas Williams, the right corner.
Looked like he slipped a little bit from my vantage point.
And we were on the field before the game, Brett. The grass is pretty high here at Holy Family.
It is high. And you want it high when you're playing against guys like Menard. he can fly.
It is also a crowned field. There's a big crown in the middle of the field.
Yeah, see, they threw the short pass on the play before. Thought they'd take a shot at the house right here. Yeah, you see him slip right there, stumble a little bit. Maybe if he keeps his feet, he's able to pull that one down.
Fake the pitch. Screen to the left, complete to Whitaker. And Whitaker will go in for the score. A 13-yard touchdown. Flack to Whitaker. And Devlin tacks on 6.
Great play right there. They run the misdirection. They roll out to the right. Run the drag with Whitaker over to that side. They had a lineman out in front. He had a blocker out front who missed his block, but Whitaker's able to sidestep him and move up the field and get into the end zone. Very nice play.
26th touchdown pass of the season for Caleb Flack.
Yeah, that's not very many.
And that was Whitaker's 19th catch of the year and his 7th touchdown. The extra point is no good. And the extra point by Summer Elliott misses. And Summer Elliott is a rarity, a female high school football player.
So we take a look at the touchdown right here. See the misdirection. They drag Whitaker back to this side. Watch the 76 right there, missing the block, but he's able to sidestep him and get upfield into the end zone, finding pay dirt.
But that missed extra point could loom large.
It could, and we talked about that before the game. The wind, especially in the kicking game, and he missed that one wide left, which would be with the wind.
So Holy Family will get the ball.
Correction, she missed the PAT with the wind.
Actually, Summer Elliott, a very good soccer player for Devlin and a very good short-range field goal kicker and extra point specialist, but that time, kick sailed wide. So they run up to it. Menard will kick off. Herb is deep for Holy Family. Also back there is Jared De Herrera. De Herrera clapping his hands. I think he wants a shot. And De Herrera lets it bounce into the end zone. And that'll be an automatic touchback. So with 3:28 to go in the first quarter, Holy Family, this will be their best starting position of the quarter, Brett, the 20-yard line.
It will.
The field position battle has been won by Devlin.
And they had a good start to that last drive, getting the 2 plays and they got a first down that was called back on the holding penalty. But I think, again, Coach Gabriel wants to see this team come out and be physical up front and let Connor Clay run through some holes. Get some momentum going with that offensive line.
Langfield, the quarterback, Pugliese and Clay behind him. And Pugliese, check that, Clay gets about 4, maybe 5. It will be 5 yards. So a good first down pickup for the Tigers.
And did you see how hard he hit the hole right there? Just explosive, right at the line of scrimmage right there where his blockers were going against the defensive line. He just burst right through the hole with reckless abandon. That's tough on a defense throughout the game.
Golter comes in as a slot receiver. Clay the lone setback. Clay gets the handoff. And Clay out to the 29-yard line as he gets wrapped up and taken down by Eric Garza, the senior at 6'3", 275 pounds. Also on the stop was Nick Carlin, sophomore outside linebacker. This is a very young team, Brett, that Devlin has.
If you're up front right here defensively for Devlin, you just look to cause disruption on a short running play like this. Let one of your teammates come up and make a play.
Quarterback sneak.
Now Clay. Excuse me.
And that's Pugliese.
Yes.
Pugliese gets 1.5 yards. That's all he needed. First down, Holy Family. And Brett, on my watch, I have 7:23. The head coach of Devlin, Jeremy Bennett, said, the wind dies down here at 7:15. Well, it's still pretty breezy.
I can see the American flag, Old Glory over there, still
straight out.
Exactly.
Pointing east, I think it is. So 1st and 10 Tigers. And here's Clay. Clay up the middle. Clay close to a first down as he's slammed to the turf by Whitaker. And now Holy Family getting that running game going.
Getting the running game going, getting momentum. He's starting to run downhill now. And you see right here, Clay getting into that second level. He's a guy that's low to the ground, very tough runners. You see right here, look at the ball security. You got to love that. But you see him getting in that second level and the third level with the linebackers and the safeties, and that's a mismatch.
And that's a first down for Mike Gabriel's Holy Family Tigers. Here's Clay again. And he gets maybe 1 yard before he's stacked up by a host of Jaguars. And leading the charge was Colton Hall, the senior linebacker. As we approach 1 minute to go in the first quarter, 6-0. Devlin leads. Now when you see Devlin spelled, it's D''Evlyn. Some people may say Devlin, but according to the people for the Jaguars, it's pronounced Devlin. So I wonder why they put the apostrophe in there. Gain of about 3, maybe 4 for Clay, and he's been the workhorse in this drive.
He has, and he's going to have to be the workhorse throughout the entire game. Again, they want to be physical. They want to be physical. They want to wear down that Devlin defense. And Clay, he's a tough guy. He is a tough runner. He is a tough guy to deal with. And again, if they can get him going downhill, that'll just make it a long night for Devlin, defensively that is.
As we approach the end of the first quarter, this could be the last play of the quarter. Langfield, the draw to Clay, and Clay up the middle. Touchdown, Holy Family. And there are no flags on the field. A 53-yard jaunt And Clay cashes in.
Great drive right there from Clay and the blockers up front. He had huge holes to run through, and that's exactly what Holy Family is looking for right there. Connor Clay carrying the mail. Great call right there, 3rd and 6. Put it in the hands of your running back, and he finds pay dirt.
And the extra point for Holy Family. Gavin Geis will attempt it. Bobbled snap. The kick is up, and it is good. A great job that time by the holder. And I'm not sure who it is. Number 3 is not on our roster. So with 9 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's Holy Family 7, Devlin 6. So that missed extra point already haunting the Jaguars.
We talked about it in the opening, in how the special teams, how the wind could handle that, and how this will be could come down and be a close game and come down to a couple points. As you see right here, Clay on the draw play, and he just finds green grass. Yes, that is right, green grass. We have real grass here, and he beats everybody to the end zone. And he is a great player, Connor Clay. They're going to need a big night from him.
Just found out from a guy in a Nebraska shirt here in the press box that Scout Cox, normally number 2, is wearing number 3 tonight.
Okay.
He was the holder, and that was a great job on the hold, and good patience by Geis to delay his kick a split second. So Geis will kick it off. Line drive kick, and it's bobbled and goes into the end zone. As bobbling the ball was Connor Skelton.
So when they run the credits for this game, it'll have to be play-by-play Bill Rogan, Brett Davis on the color, and guy in Nebraska shirt.
Spotter,
yeah.
It's always a friendly press box here.
It is.
Some press boxes we're ready to throw down, but not here at Holy Family. They treat us nice, and they help us out. So, 4.9 seconds left. This should be the final play of the quarter. Caleb Flack, number 7. Downfield, complete to Menard. Menard in open territory, and he gets wrestled down at the 40-yard line. So pickup of about 20. Good play for the Jags to end the quarter, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Our score, Holy Family 7, Devlin 6. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. And the first play of the second quarter, the pitch to Whitaker. As he tries to maneuver through traffic, gets about 3, maybe 4 on determination alone. Stacked up on the play, Nico Elliott in there again for Holy Family. He's been very active on defense for the Tigers. Also Sam Quinn, the inside linebacker.
Excellent run by Whitaker. Got about 5 or 6 yards maybe. Looked like he got about 5 of those after he was first hit.
Yeah, that should have been a 1-yard gain at the most. So 2nd down and 5 for the Jags. Flack. Menard. First down. Gain of 10. Cox on the tackle.
They've got a nice little connection going, Flack to Menard, and that Menard's a guy that Holy Family needs to keep several sets of eyes on. You don't want him shedding a tackle. I mean, tackling in the open field against Devlin is imperative, but you don't want him shedding a tackle and getting out in the open field.
He's over 50 catches now on the season, Menard. And here's the give to Whitaker, who dances forward for about 2. Has Dorr on the tackle for the Tigers. And also in there again is Nico Elliott.
You obviously have to respect Flack's throwing ability, and if they can get a running game going with Whitaker in there, where Holy Family has to bring another defender into the box. That just leaves one less guy out there to defend against that high-powered passing attack.
2nd down and 9. They give Whitaker a yard on the play. Here's an interesting formation. Flag on the play. Flack fires downfield, incomplete. And Flack took a big hit at the end of that play.
Probably having a legal formation here.
Matthew McLean was bearing down on the junior quarterback. We'll see if Holy Family decides to decline the penalty.
They're going to push him back.
And we'll see what the exact call is.
Oh.
Well, they're going to wave off the flag. I've always wondered, why did you throw the flag if you are going to wave it off?
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see them pick up the flag in a situation of pass interference or something downfield where maybe a tip ball would nullify the penalty.
Or if another official had a better view.
Right.
So 3rd and 9 for the Jaguars. Flack under pressure on the blitz. Fires downfield. Incomplete. Intended for Alec Camito. And very good coverage on the play by Jacob Balthazar. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
And that's 2 straight plays where Flack ended up on his backside as the play was ending, which I'm sure Coach Gabriel doesn't have a big problem with that.
You have to make life uncomfortable for the quarterback, especially one the caliber of Caleb Flack. So deep for Holy Family is Nate Golter and Tommy Erb. And again, Zach Wendt, who is a great lacrosse player, one of the best lacrosse players in the state. He squats 495.
Oh.
It's a fake. Complete. And down the right side toward the end zone, knocked out of bounds by Erb, is Alec Camito. And Cody Marvel, the backup quarterback, a sophomore, the up man. And so a little trickery employed that time by Devlin. Nice job by Jeremy Bennett.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What a call right there. They're in for pretty good field position, a spot on the field where you can make the case where maybe they could go for it. The distance to go was probably a little too long to send your offense back out there, but they obviously saw something on film in Holy Family's punt coverage where they felt that a play like that would work, and it worked to perfection right there.
So a 40-yard pass from Marvel to Camito, and Devlin in business. 1st and goal at the 6. And a whistle, and we have a timeout taken by the Jaguars. Gives us a chance to remind you that these games are replayed throughout the week. And we'll get our schedule up soon. There it is, Tuesday on Channel 8 at 10 a.m. Wednesday at 2 p.m. Thursday, the primetime showing, and Saturday at 6 o'clock. So Tuesday, that 10 a.m. game, I guess, is for people without jobs.
You could also watch the game anytime at broomfield.org.
Or people who work odd hours.
That's right.
Or people like me who have a job that really isn't that tough. So the first timeout taken by Devlin. They have 2 left here in the half. And, of course, a lot of events coming up as we approach the holiday season. Santa's Cellar Craft Fair. And I know Brett will be there for that. He still believes in Santa Claus. December 3rd, the holiday tree lighting ceremony. And then the annual Fun Run Walk in February, the 6th through the 10th. All the stuff going on in Broomfield, you can certainly keep abreast of things at broomfield.org. And there's the phone number as well. But broomfield.org should be on your favorites on your computer. So 1st and goal from the 6, coming out of the timeout, I formation behind Flack. Give to the second man through Whitaker, and he gets across the 5 before he's pushed backwards on the tackle for the Tigers. In the middle was Elliott. Also, Dorr was there. And also sticking his nose in the fray was Adam Schultz. 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. What do you call here, Brett?
I'm calling a pass. You're back here. You've got Caleb Flack as your quarterback. You've got some very good receivers.
What about a run-pass option? A little
He's shown
rollout.
the ability for that, yeah.
Menard in motion. Flack zings one toward the end zone, incomplete. Had some steam on that one. The pass was intended for Ryan Matheson, or check that, Connor Skelton, the sophomore. And good coverage by Thomas Williams, the corner. So 3rd and goal from the 4. Coming in with a play for the Jaguars, Anthony Perico. He's just a freshman. Al McGuire used to say the best thing about a freshman, he becomes a sophomore.
The late, great Al McGuire.
Yes, he was awesome. Great coach and a great broadcaster. Flack under pressure toward the end zone. Whitaker, touchdown. Whitaker on a little crossing route. And now we'll see if the Jaguars go for 2 or if they try the extra point.
Kick the extra point. It is too early to chase points. And that's what they're going to do, it looks like.
So 2nd touchdown pass of the night. Both of them to Joe Whitaker, who now has 8 TDs on the season. And Flack will hold for Summer Elliott, and she'll try to tack on the extra point. And the snap. It's a fake. Flack throws toward the end zone, incomplete. So the 2-point conversion failed. And you mentioned, Brett, chasing points early in the 2nd quarter with 9:04 to go. It's 12-7 Devlin, and those 2 now mixed extra points could come back to haunt them. First the missed kick, and now the missed 2-point conversion.
Being down by 1 and being down by 2 doesn't seem like a real big deal, but it's the difference between a 1-possession game and a 2-possession game with a Holy Family touchdown, as we see the touchdown pass right here by Flack. And that's a big-time throw out to the the outside shoulder right there to Whitaker.
Looked like the fog just rolled in.
It did, but what I was saying is that if you're down by 1 and Holy Family scores a touchdown, you're still within 1 possession, down 8 points. And, you know, obviously I'm talking about late in the game. You're down 2 and they put 7 points on the board. Well, now it's a 2-possession game. So, you know, get your points while you can. Don't start chasing the points until you have to late in the game.
Menard will kick deep. Erb is the one-man deep. They're expecting maybe a squib kick. And Erb boots it into the end zone. That was a rocket, a line drive. By the way here, Brett, toward the right end zone here at Holy Family, the soccer goal is pretty close to the back line of the end zone, whereas the soccer goal to our left is well back. I'm surprised it's that close.
Yeah.
Just
very good. Very good observation. Yeah. We can't see the pond or reservoir, or whatever it is, over beyond the far sideline.
It is a reservoir. Kim Greason, who runs the show at Channel 8, she told us after the first game it's a reservoir. As here comes Connor Clay. Clay dancing, gets big yardage. Clay taken out of bounds at the 50-yard line. He's run out of bounds by Hall, the linebacker, but a 30-yard gain for Connor Clay, and he's got to be over 100 yards now. 123 yards on 10 carries.
Well over, yeah. That's a 12.3 average.
Uh-oh, but Clay is getting up, gimping. He is hurt. Oh, boy, that is not good news for Holy Family. And did not see exactly how he got hurt on the far sideline.
Looks like it's his right leg, maybe his knee.
Let's take another look at that, Brett.
As you see him getting tackled right here. Going toward the sideline. And to add insult to injury.
Penalty wipes it out.
Yeah.
Block in the back. And Clay is in a lot of pain. That is just a terrible break for Holy Family. So from the spot of the foul, they'll move it back, and they'll spot it right at the 20-yard line. So the infraction took place at the 30. So that wipes out the 30-yard gain for Clay, and he is walking gingerly to the sideline, and the crowd here very quiet at Holy Family.
We were able to meet Connor's brother on the last time we were here against Steamboat Springs at the end of the game.
So Pugliese is in the backfield. Also back there for Holy Family is Jared De Herrera. He's a capable back. 1st and 10. And De Herrera gets the ball right away, and he gets tackled. Good tackle. Wrapping up.
Watch out.
Was Mike Doyle. A little jousting away from the play. as that was Stanley Watson going at it with Alec Camito. So no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
And it looks like the game plan doesn't change for Holy Family. D. Herrera's in there. Well, it's now his turn to tote the rock, to carry the ball.
Next man in.
They still want to be physical.
2nd down and 10. 8:20 to go and counting here in the second quarter. Devlin 12, Holy Family 7. Tigers in purple. Pugliese in motion. And movement on the right side of the line. And the tight end, West, a little anxious. So that'll cost Holy Family 5 yards, making it 2nd down and 15 from their 15. Tigers now with 4 penalties for a total of 30 yards.
As we see Connor Clay over here on the sideline being attended to. Hopefully it's just somewhat of a stinger. Maybe he bumped knees with somebody. He is fun to watch. He runs the ball really well.
Clay, about 800 yards rushing on the season, including tonight. He's a junior. Langfield under duress. Sacked. Coming from the outside was Austin Balbin, the 6'3", 200-pound sophomore for the Jags. And that results in a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, second long situation. They want to put the ball in the air. And the pocket just breaks down on him. As Langfield just doesn't have enough time to get the ball away, to get his feet set, his shoulders squared.
Balbin had a nice grip, would not let Langfield go. So 3rd down, 17 for the Tigers. They need to get out to the 30-yard line. Quick hitter, complete. And Erb will be short by about 2, maybe 3 yards. So they get some yardage back, but a punting situation.
He was a broken tackle away from a 1st down right there.
So the punter comes in for Holy Family.
We saw in the last play the pocket breaking down on Langfield. The solution to that is only a 3-step drop. Let him get it away quickly.
D. Herrera will punt because Clay is the punter and he's hurt. D. Herrera gets a line drive kick. Ugly looking kick goes out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And that's where the Jaguars will take over.
And I'm looking down, and Clay is up on his feet, kind of moving around a little bit. Looks like. He's standing up, so that's definitely good news.
You know, the heart is willing. See how the leg is. And they won't take any unnecessary chances with him. Shame to see. They say the ball went out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So that was an 18-yard punt by D. Herrera. First and 10 Jaguars at the Holy Family 45. Flack launches downfield. Menard, touchdown. A 45-yard connection, Flack to Menard, and the Jaguars take an 18-7 lead.
And that is they've got some connection, those two. Menard, just as you said earlier, a speed merchant, just getting past the secondary, and Flack being able to put the ball right where it has to be. And Menard, just nobody's catching him if he's already out in front of him.
Elliott will try the extra point, and she puts it through the uprights. So with 6:13 to go in the second quarter, Devlin 19, Holy Family 7. And the crosswind had no effect on that bullet pass by Caleb Flack. His third TD toss of the night.
As we look at the replay, you see him all kinds of time to throw it, and he's looking at Menard the whole way. Menard just gets by. They had him bracketed up there too, but he was able to get by the safety help. As Scout Cox isn't able to get him before he gets into the end zone right there.
So that is 28 touchdown passes on the season for Caleb Flack. And we talked about him earlier. He's being looked at by a lot of teams, including UCLA, Kansas, Kansas State, UTEP, CSU is looking at him, as well as the service academies. So far, a good night for Caleb Flack. Menard, who just scored the touchdown, kicks it high and deep and through the end zone. So Holy Family was not had good field position tonight. Will take over 1st and 10 at their 20. Their only scoring came on a 53-yard jaunt by Connor Clay, who injured himself the last series, and he is still on the bench as they are looking at that right leg of Clay. De Herrera has replaced him. De Herrera, sophomore, 5'10", 160. And here's De Herrera, turning the corner. And De Herrera forced down at the 34-yard line. On the force out, the corner, Alec Camito. So here's a chance for the sophomore to show what he's made of.
Absolutely. He's got some speed, as you see right here, getting to the outside. Got a big hole to run through, and he beats everyone over to the sideline. But, yeah, again, the game plan is not going to change.
Nice seal block by Matthew Miller. And a whistle. And I believe we had a timeout before the snap. Timeout Devlin, and that is their second timeout. They have one remaining. 6:06 to go, second quarter, 19-7 in favor of Devlin. The first quarter ended 7-6, and the Jaguars have added 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter. Bill Brogan along with Brett Davis, we thank you for tuning in to high school football. Unfortunately, this is our last game of the season. And it's been a blast. Of course, our director, Victor Seif, he tries to make us look good. Doesn't have much to work with sometimes, Victor.
Are you telling me he's the one that wrote that opening?
Did you like that opening? So Holy Family will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They have 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time here in the second quarter.
Still an extremely stiff crosswind.
De Herrera runs into a brick wall. And there's some pushing and shoving and a flag as West and Balbin, the tight end and the defensive end, were going at it. And this should be offsetting penalties. I had a good view of it, and they were both shoving after the whistle. They're talking it over right now. The officials in their cold weather gear. It's not that cold, Brett.
It's not. I was talking to one of them earlier, though. He said they think they look better in these.
I think they're just a little wimpy.
That's a big break for Holy Family.
Yes, I thought it would be offsetting, but the penalty will be called on Austin Balbin, the 6'3" sophomore. And I didn't think it was a cheap shot or excessive. They were just going at it, which happens from time to time. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Jaguars' 49-yard line.
We'll see if they can take advantage of that.
Langfield gives to De Herrera. De Herrera, good yardage up the middle. And he gets taken down after a first down carry. Menard on the stop.
That's an example of taking advantage. You're given a first down, you get to 15 yards, moving up. Your drive is kind of sputtering back here. And then you get another good run. Give that offensive line some confidence. Give De Herrera some confidence.
Clayton Vitek was also in on the tackle.
So you see right here, the yards he gets after contact, that's always big. That's something Clay is very good at.
And up the middle, Pugliese barrels forward for about 2, maybe 3, as he was following the center, Walker Preeb. That previous carry, De Herrera ran up the back of his right guard, Miller. You're saying, get out of my way, Matt. 2nd down and 8. And coming in with the play is Nate Golter.
Looks like they're going to try to spread him out right here.
Golter and Erb go to the far side. To the near side, Stanley Watson. Tight end right is West. And they give to Pugliese. He's got room. Pugliese has a first down. He's taken down by Menard, who lost his helmet. And another first down for the Tigers.
Pugliese showing he's capable of stepping back there in that feature back spot.
And we'll take another look.
Yeah, as you see, they had the 4 wide receivers, I guess 3 including the tight end. A little change of pace with Pugliese back there in the single set, the single back set, as we see De Herrera back in.
And De Herrera gets the carry, and he goes nowhere. Whitaker filling the gap, coming up from the corner spot, making the tackle. Also on the tackle was Alec Camito. So second down coming up. They'll give him a half yard.
And I'll point this out again. Give the coaching staff at Holy Family a lot of credit sticking with the plan. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but they're down roughly 2 touchdowns. They're down by 12. Their star running back is injured, but they're still trying to run the ball.
And they're doing it effectively. Pugliese trying to turn the corner, and he gets about 4 before he gets hit. Ryan Matheson, the cornerback, on the tackle. But if you notice, Brett, a lot of tackles by the corners and the safeties for the Jaguars.
That's not what you want. That is not the ideal situation as we see De Herrera coming back into the game. They're showing a little bit of a lightning and thunder look here, Holy Family.
But the secondary is starting to creep up a little bit, respecting the run. Might be a good opportunity for Langfield to pop one over their heads.
And we mentioned it earlier, he's very capable. He throws a very nice pass.
3rd and 6. Watson in motion. Langfield in trouble.
He needs to throw it away. He can.
And Langfield gets maybe a yard before he is knocked out of bounds by half the defense. So with 2:53 to go, and they say he was inbound, so the clock continues to run. It'll be 4th down, and it looks like they'll try a field goal. A little Fran Tarkington impression.
Yeah, and you could tell that they had the field goal in mind the whole time as they're trying to get they didn't look at it as 2 downs to get 6 yards, dropping Langfield back. He makes a very wise decision not throwing it as he's moving backwards and off his back foot, putting his field goal team in good position for a makeable try here.
Gavin Geis will attempt the field goal. They'll spot it at the 28, a 38-yarder. Cox will hold. And again, a stiff crosswind. So he's going to have to kick it wide to the right a little bit and hope to bend it in. Kick is short. I don't know if someone got a piece of it. Oh, and it's picked up by Devlin. They say it went into the end zone.
I think that's a situation where the ball's just supposed to die somewhere, isn't it?
Yes,
that's the old Leon Lett.
But he picked it up. I thought it was a live ball. Did they say it was blocked? I'm not sure if that kick was blocked or he just mishit it, but it did not come close to going through the uprights.
Well, if it would have been a clean kick, they would have spotted the ball back where at the last line of scrimmage, I guess, right?
They're saying it went into the end zone.
Okay.
It didn't look like it from here. So Devlin will take over, 1st and 10 at the 20. Minute 57 to go in the second quarter. And Devlin has 1 timeout remaining, but they are a quick strike offense, as we've seen. Flack, screen over the head of Whitaker, incomplete. As coming up from the corner spot for the Tigers was Balthazar.
And they brought a blitz right there, Holy Family did. Brought 5. They showed that 3-man front, and they brought 5 right there. And it looked like it got the Flack a little bit. He kind of threw one up for grabs.
Kind of glad that Whitaker did not catch that because Balthazar had him lined up.
He did.
And probably would have leveled him.
We see right here Connor Clay in a golf cart.
That's not a good sign as he's being driven off the field.
Looks like he's driving him back to the dressing room right now.
2nd and 10 Jaguars.
They brought a blitz again.
And Flack goes down. He may have fumbled the ball. It is loose.
No.
And it's recovered by Devlin. And Flack getting up slowly. Good heavens, they came with the pressure. And let's see if we can get another look at that.
You see right here, they're bringing 5 or 6, I can't tell, but
Nico Elliott
gets through
sack
there. I don't know how Devlin got that ball back.
And a timeout taken on the field. And Don, our stat guy, who took that timeout?
Might be an injury timeout. Is it?
Holy Family took the timeout. And that's a good timeout with 1:34 to go. Holy Family now with one timeout remaining. But if they hold here on third down, they should get the ball back in decent field position. And there you see Holy Family's record and schedules. They are 5-3 on the year, coming off a big win over Arvada, as they have not won a game this year. And look up top, 37-6 against Steamboat. That was the opening game of the season. I remember, Brett, it was awfully hot that day.
It was extremely hot that day.
And we were melting in this metal press box.
We did not have to ask the coaches tonight about fluids as much as we did that game.
So 3rd and 24 for Devlin. And Flack carries, and he goes out of bounds. Not what Devlin wanted. I should say Devlin, my bad. 1:27 to go. And that was a mistake by the junior quarterback.
It was a mistake, but he gets his team out from the shadows of their own goalpost. As we see right there, yeah, but definitely Devlin wanted to keep the clock moving right there. They don't want to give Holy Family any more time than they could have.
Went with the punt. It's a high punt. And goes off the hands of Golter. Golter picks it up at his own 35 and struggles to the 39-yard line. Good coverage by the Jaguars. And on the tackle for Devlin was Zane Kelly, a sophomore defensive back.
And you got to get a piece of that punt. I think Golter didn't expect it to go nearly that far. And then you have to think, too, with that crosswind, is it still blowing pretty hard, that it had to be doing some funky things to that football while it was in the air. Very tough play by Golter right there to field that punt.
A 50-yard punt and a 4-yard return. So 1:17 to go, one timeout remaining for Holy Family. And Langfield gives the ball to Pugliese. Pugliese gets about 7 hard-earned yards, and he's finally taken down. And the crowd wanting a penalty. The home crowd thought it was excessive. 2nd down and 3. Hurry-up offense for the Tigers. 55 seconds and counting in the second quarter. 2 receivers left. Right side pass intended for Watson, incomplete. Blanket coverage by Comito. 3rd and 3. And the scoreboard says 4th down, but I do believe it's 3rd down.
Yard marker across the field would agree with you, Bill.
That's why I'm a fan of yard markers.
Except when you run into them.
Ball at the 46 of Holy Family. 3rd and 3. Pugliese in motion. Langfield with the quarterback draw, and he gets a 1st down as he squirted out of the grasp of Balbin. Hurry up offense. The clock stops briefly while they reset the chains. 39 seconds left. Again, Holy Family does have a timeout remaining. Clock starts. Right side pass complete to Watson. And it's good for a 1st down. And we have a penalty on the play.
It's like it'll go against legal man downfield, looks like against Holy Family. Ineligible receiver.
So that'll wipe out a 10-yard gain on the completion to Watson.
Ineligible receivers downfield, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So they'll make it a 5-yard mark-off, 1st and 15. 28 seconds left, and they will start the clock once the ball gets set.
Is this a situation, Bill, you think, where you might want to kneel on the football?
Well, Holy Family doesn't know that the clock is running,
I don't
apparently.
think they do.
Because you could throw the ball downfield a couple of times on 1st down. 15 seconds left. Poor clock management by the Tigers, and Langfield gets hit.
And
ball is loose. Diving on it. for Holy Family, and coming up with the recovery was it McLean?
And that'll do it.
That's it. Actually, the recovery that time for Holy Family was Daniel Kubistek.
And that's what I was saying. I mean, the clock was running. It didn't look like they had enough in their arsenal to get 60 yards in a play or two. You know, only bad things can happen at that point.
Well, you could launch one, but we saw what happened there when they did try to launch it. So that's the end of a very intriguing first half of play here at Holy Family. Our score at the break, Devlin 19, Holy Family 7. And when we come back, we'll have the halftime stats, some analysis from Brett Davis, and the start of the third quarter. After this, you're watching high school football on KCCB Channel 8. And there's our halftime score, Devlin 19, Holy Family 7. I'm Bill Rogan, and right now joined by a special guest, the athletic director here at Holy Family High School, Ben Peterson. And Ben, are the Tigers going to come back in the second half?
We're sure hoping and praying for that.
This has to be a special position for you, the athletic director here at Holy Family, because you are a graduate of this school. You played basketball here. I remember doing some of your games. I remember the night you scored 57 points. Oh wait, I forgot about that. But
you can keep telling people that if you want. I have no problem with that.
What's it like being the athletic director at your alma mater?
It's every day. It's something new. It's exciting. It's well, today I'm running the clock, so you just never know. You come to work and you just never know what's going to happen, and it's kind of surreal because you leave a place like this and you don't know what's ahead of you in life, and you get a call one day and it's the principal asking if you're interested in the athletic director job. So obviously I jumped on that one pretty quick, and here I am.
Well, Ben, take us briefly from Holy Family. Where did you go? Where did life take you? And how did you end up back here at Holy Family High School?
I went to Nebraska Wesleyan University, and then spent a year in South Bend, Indiana doing an internship, and then I did my master's degree at Seattle University, all while working up in the athletic department there. And then at that time, that's when Sister Mary Rose gave me a call and asked if I was interested in coming back to the Mile High State, and I said absolutely, I'd give it a shot.
Ben Peterson is our guest, and before we let you go, Ben, there's a shot of the press box. I think next year you're going to make this a triple-deck press box with a press room and all sorts of facilities like that.
Absolutely. When that money starts growing on trees, we'll do a lot of things.
Now, it's all seriousness, Ben. We always enjoy coming here to Holy Family. You guys treat us well. Always got a terrific competitive football team. And Mike Gabriel must be a great coach to work with.
Absolutely. He and his dad actually coached me. I was on the football team. I was a kicker, and he was the one that came over to the soccer field and asked me to come over and be a kicker for him, and I said absolutely, I give that a shot. So yeah, it's working with those two guys. I have no qualms with them. It's a lot of fun.
So Ben, once a Tiger, always a Tiger, right?
That's what we hope for.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Ben Peterson, the athletic director here at Holy Family, and we'll be back with the stats and the start of the third quarter after this. Bill Rogan along with Brett Davis at Holy Family High School. We're set for the start of the third quarter of play. And let's take a look at the halftime statistics. Holy Family leading on the ground, 154 yards to 48. But Connor Clay, who had a total of close to 100 yards.
Probably 90 yards. He had a 30-yard run that put him up around 123. It would have.
Clay ended up with 92 yards on 10 carries before he injured his knee, or his right leg, I should say. So that really has hurt Holy Family. Passing yards, 164 for Devlin, just 25 for Holy Family. Total yards, 212 to 179 for Devlin. 5 penalties for Holy Family. They'd like to clean that up a little bit. For 35 yards, just 2 penalties, totaling 20 yards for Devlin. 1 turnover for Holy Family. No turnovers for Devlin.
And on that 164 passing yards by Devlin, keep in mind about 40 or 50 came on that fake punt play. So Holy Family doing a pretty good job of keeping Flack in check.
Flack tonight is 7 for 16, 124 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 touchdown passes went to Joe Whitaker, and the other touchdown pass went to Matt Menard, his favorite target. Menard has over 1,000 receiving yards this year and over 50 catches and now 9 touchdowns. Holy Family will get the ball to start the third quarter. They deferred when they won the toss to start the game. So this will be a big drive, Brett, right off the bat. They're down by 12, and if they can put together a scoring drive, they're right back in this thing.
They put together a scoring drive, and assuming they can get the PAT, that puts them down by 5, obviously, with the troubles that Devlin was having earlier in the game with their PAT unit. And we'll see what kind of, if the game plan has been adjusted, if the physical attacks they wanted to use, running the ball right at Devlin. They've kind of got this 1-2 punch now with De Herrera and Pugliese. We'll see if they stick with that.
And it's still a very strong crosswind. The wind did not die down at 7:15.
It did not.
As Devlin coach Jeremy Bennett said it would.
So if you interview him after the game, is that what you're going to open with?
I don't know. He played football at Western State and at Centaurus. He could probably throw me down pretty good.
He was an inside linebacker.
You'd come to my aid, though, wouldn't you, Brett?
Probably not.
But he may not be a weather forecaster material, but he's certainly a fine football coach in his 6th year at Devlin.
He's about as good as any weather forecaster I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're not very good, are they? Menard will kick it off. Herb and De Herrera deep for the Holy Family Tigers. Again, Devlin in white, the Jaguars. Holy Family in purple, the Tigers. Boom. And Herb lets it go by. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20-yard line. Again, this is our last high school football game of the season. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more sports down the road. Go to broomfield.org to stay abreast on everything going on in your community. And I hope I don't get misty-eyed later, Brett.
I think the misty eyes are going to be coming from our audience. You have to go a whole 10 months without this.
Pugliese and De Herrera in the I formation behind Langfield. De Herrera stacked up. George Truman, the sophomore, 6'4", 220 pounds, held his ground and made the stop. Loss of a little bit, half a yard perhaps. 2nd down and a long 10.
Sticking with the plan. It's what you work on all week, putting that game plan together, executing the game plan.
Well, I've heard coaches say many times one of the objectives is to make the other team change their game plan first.
That's right.
And it's still not, there's still plenty of time. No need to panic for Holy Family. But if they do get in a situation where they have to throw, again, that wind is vicious, going crossfield from west to east. Langfield, downfield, incomplete, nearly intercepted by Menard. Pass was intended for Watson, and it will be a 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Menard normally comes up with that. You know, we've seen him catching passes from Flack all night long. A big break right here for Langfield and the Tigers, as Menard has one of his few drops on the night. And again, he was out in the open field.
Actually, that pass was intended for the tight end West. Langfield pumps, downfield complete.
Nice.
At the 50-yard line, down to the 35, and inside the 25-yard line. Gintis Gerasis.
And that's how you take advantage of a break right there. They catch the break with Menard not making the interception on the last play. Langfield throwing a beautiful strike on the post pattern to Gerasis over here. As you see him with the pump fake, Gerasis is able to get out in the open field, dragging a tackler. He must have carried him. Right here you see the first contact. They go downfield another 15 yards, maybe 20.
Mark Bavaro-esque. And De Herrera slices up the middle for about 4. That was a 52-yard hookup from Langfield to Gerasis.
And again, back to the ground game. That's what they do.
So file that play away, Brett. That was the key play so far.
And it was a
Holy Family.
and a third down conversion.
Exactly. They didn't want to give the ball back. Probably giving up good field position if they did. And De Herrera stacked up and flings him backwards with some help from his pals. And that'll be a loss of a yard, maybe 2. They'll bring up a third down and a long 8.
It's a
maybe
long
9. Call it 9.
It's a long 8, but we've talked about Langfield's ability, and especially with that 3-step drop, when he's able to get back 3 steps, set his feet, and make a pass across the field on a slant or some kind of post pattern, he's very effective. And
if they get a chunk of this back, could be 4-down territory.
Yeah.
Pugliese, the lone back.
Look for the draw play as well. We saw that earlier on a 3rd and long. Nope.
Little screen over the head of Golter. And Langfield slaps his hands together. He's not happy with himself. Golter had some green acreage in front of him.
And I like this call right here. Again, a lot of time left, 9.5 minutes in the 3rd quarter. As we see they're down 12 points. Go ahead and try to get 3 of it back right here.
The ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line.
Points are at a premium.
And Gavin Geis will attempt a 37-yard field goal. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Ball on the way, long enough, and it is good. Geis drills it.
And we've talked about it in earlier games we've done, the legacy games with Hugo, the young man from Legacy. His first name is Hugo Aguirre. Aguirre. We talked about it in that game. You know, he hit like 3 field goals in one of their games earlier this season and they won by a couple points. But 3 points, people look at it as, you know, not something you want the field goal, you want the touchdown, but 3 points is 3 points. It adds up.
So a 37-yard field goal by Geis, and there was no doubt about that.
No.
And again, with this wind, that would be a tough kick for an NFL kicker.
They were on the near hash mark, so I would think that would be ideal, but as ideal as you can get, I should say.
But you don't also want to overcompensate either.
Right.
It's a dicey situation for a kicker reading the wind. So Geis will kick off, and deep for Devlin, it's Matheson and Menard. Line drive squib kick. Perico picks it up at the 25, and he gets out to the 35-yard line. Good hands by the freshman. So 1st and 10, good field position at the 35-yard line of the Jaguars, and our first chance to see Caleb Flack here in the second half. 3 TD passes in the first half for Flack. He's got 28 on the season.
I don't mind that call right there, squibbing it down. You never know. It might hit one of the up men and you can recover it. The guy that recovered it could fumble around with it. Plus you keep it out of Menard's hands.
Flack, quick outlet pass, incomplete. And it looked that time like Luke Stratman wanted to run before he had the ball. 2nd and 10. So a 9-point spread. Jaguars up 19-10. Both teams 5-3. And as Brett and I mentioned in the pregame, this is basically a playoff elimination game. And a handoff to Whitaker, and he gets stacked up as he ran into his lineman. 3rd down and a loss of 3 on the play. So 3rd and 13. You come with a blitz here, Brett Davis?
Absolutely, get in his face. Nice play, by the way, by Quinn right there, the linebacker, disrupting Whitaker's path. He wasn't the one that actually made the tackle, but he was the one that made Whitaker change where he was wanting to go.
He blew it up, as many color men say.
Many color men, but not this one.
Here comes Menard in motion in a slot left. Pass intended for Menard off his hand. Excellent coverage by the linebacker Dorr. So Morgan Dorr right there, step for step.
And he got there right in time, a split second earlier, and you could probably make a case for pass interference as he wrapped his arm around Menard, but you knew who they were going to right there. Nice heads up there by Dorr to know that Menard was coming in his area, and he had to get over to him.
Erb and Golter deep. This will be his 4th punt. He's averaged 39.2 in his first 3 punts. And line drive, Golter, and they let it go.
Good decision.
It's trying to field a knuckleball in this wind. And it didn't take much of a roll, so it's not as if he cost 20 yards.
Good decision. You don't want to. That amounts to a turnover. You tried to field that punt with a Devlin guy right there, and you muff it, and you give it right back to him. We've already seen Devlin's already converted a fake punt. You know, Holy Family has a little momentum right now. They get the field goal on the last possession. They've got, for them for tonight, pretty decent field position. So let your offense have the ball back. Try to run the ball at Devlin some more.
8:19 to go, 3rd quarter. 19-10, Jaguars lead the Tigers. Pugliese in motion. Langfield the pitch to De Herrera. De Herrera gets to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line before he's stacked up. Gain of 3 on the tackle, the middle linebacker, junior Mike Doyle.
You see right here, De Herrera, as much as any we've seen him tonight, getting ahead of steam as he hits the hole right here on the pitch play.
Tell you, if Doyle doesn't wrap him up, he gets another 5-6 yards. 2nd and 6, they'll call it. De Herrera up the middle again. Runs into Menard. Bodies flying everywhere. And he's close to a 1st down. I think a little bit short. That'll bring up a 3rd down.
And De Herrera has run the ball extremely well since Clay got hurt, but he is on this drive. Those last 2 runs, we haven't seen him hit the hole quite that hard all night. Running with a sort of a new focus a little bit.
And I wonder if they'll measure here as the official calls a timeout, an official's timeout. Again, our officiating crew, the referee Rick Rouse, he's the gentleman in the white hat. Umpire Sal Marini, head linesman Damian Ederhoff. The line judge is Ryan West, and the back judge, Steve McFall.
In their cold weather gear, as we pointed out earlier.
Yes, game time temperature 65 with a wind chill of 63. 1st down by half a length of a football.
One of them did tell me that they and I said this earlier, but one of them did say that they think they look good in the cold weather gear. Look better than the knickers. I like the knickers personally.
So do I. Looks like guys in dungarees out there. So 1st and 10, Tigers at their own 42-yard line, and the crowd making some noise. Zach Langfield, a senior, keeps, and he gets 2 as he's taken down by Ricky Swift, a junior. Also, Mike Doyle on the play. If you're a linebacker, the last name of Swift would be pretty good.
Yeah.
And coming in for Holy Family with a play is Gintis Gerasis. He had that long 52-yard reception for Holy Family in the previous possession. He split to the near side. Erb to the far side. Split backs. Langfield looking for Erb on a slant. Incomplete. There was contact. Fans looking for a flag. Coverage provided by Alec Comito.
That was close. I think it was a good call by the official to keep the flag in his pocket.
It looked like they were both going for the ball.
Yeah, I don't think that Erb got his hands up quite in time to make that catch.
Although if they threw a flag, I wouldn't have a beef with it either, because he did go over the back a little bit. Watson comes in. Gerasis goes out. 3rd down and 8 for Holy Family. Ball just shy of the 45-yard line of Holy Family. Langfield in trouble. Tucks it away. And Langfield, I think he's got the 1st down. Tremendous effort as he faked out Ricky Swift. Finally tackled by Colton Hall. And they are very close to the 1st down. I think he's got it. And across the way Jeremy Bennett is angry. I don't know if he's mad with the spot or his defense.
Watch this move right here. Just cuts it back upfield. Langfield with a nose for that first down marker. He's running through tacklers.
He also faked out George Truman, the defensive end, and they will have another measurement. That was not the Truman show that time. But Langfield showing that he has some pretty good moves. And in these tight games, always nice to have a senior.
Yeah.
He's got it by the, they stretched it out by the nose of a football. Looks like a first down to me there.
There it is.
There we go. Good job by our cameraman. I don't know where our camera guy is on the sideline, but he might be giving plays to Mike Gabriel. He's so close. 6:50 left, third quarter, and Holy Family has controlled this third quarter, although they only have 3 points to show for it. It's 19-10, Jaguars leading the Tigers. And to give up the middle to Pugliese, and he gets about 4 yards. And he's tripped up by Menard. So that'll bring up a second down and a long 6.
And a second down and 6 with this offense, when you've got a guy like Langfield that can throw the ball, but you have this identity that you're a running football team, it really does give you a lot of options.
Ball resting on the 44-yard line of Devlin. Herrera, 7 yards deep. Gets the handoff. Avoids a tackle. And he gets the first down.
What a cut.
What a block, too, by James Barry. Barry with a beautiful block to spring Herrera for the first down.
Yeah, you'll see the block and the cut. Never mind, we're not going to see the replay, but yeah, as he's trying to go around the right end, the great block, Herrera is able to get to the outside and get into the open space for the first down.
James Barry, a senior, 6'4", 255. The right tackle. Langfield, 3-step drop. Pass is complete. And moving the ball forward, short of a first down, is Kyle Munoz, backup tight end.
So we'll take a look at the play right before the catch by Munoz. The run by Herrera around the right side. Taking the handoff. Yeah, great seal block there by Barry, springing Herrera around the right side to the first down.
And here's Herrera again. And he gets maybe a yard or two before he's pushed back by the entire defensive front of Devlin.
Looks like he was looking for that same, looks like Holy Family, for that matter, was looking for that same running lane that sprung Herrera the last time they tried to go around the right side. The replay we just looked at.
Herrera on the night, 10 carries, 42 yards. Holy Family is run for 189 yards on the night. And again, Connor Clay, who had 92 yards in the first half, was injured. We have not seen him. Well, he's on the sideline now, but he's just wearing his jersey and he's out of his pads. No helmet, no shoulder pads.
You got to think this is 2 plays to get 1 yard right here.
Absolutely. And Herrera's got it and more. Herrera. Touchdown, Tigers. No flags on the play. A 27-yard scamper. And Holy Family down by 3.
Herrera, again, picking up the slack for the aforementioned Connor Clay. Holy Family sticking with the plan. We cannot say it enough.
And squawking at the officials. Jeremy Bennett, the head coach of Devlin.
Menard got blocked down here, and they weren't happy about it after the play was over.
Guys to try the extra point. Good snap and hold, and the kick is no good. It squirts to the right, but there is a penalty on the play. So perhaps Holy Family will get another try. But a marker came in late as the cannon went off, scaring everybody at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium.
That thing doesn't seem as ferocious as it did the opener of the season. As we look at the touchdown run by Herrera right here, they only needed to get 1 yard, but he's able to get into that second level, break a tackle.
We got a couple seal blocks there, and he wins the foot race to the end zone. There was some extracurricular activity after the play was over. Menard got blocked by somebody, and they kept on the block until after the play was over with.
So Geis will attempt the extra point again, or they're going to go for 2 here,
Yeah.
I believe.
Half the distance to the goal, so again, they'll be in another
Do you like
yard.
this, Brett?
No.
You tack the extra point on.
I like to get the point, the sure point. But it's not a sure point, though, in high school football, you have to think.
One of the most exciting plays in high school football, the extra point. Pugliese, close. And he's in. 2-point conversion. 4:21 to go. Third quarter. It's now 19-18. Jaguars clinging to a 1-point advantage. And we'll take another look at the gamble that pays off.
Pugliese right up the middle. He only had to get a yard and a half or a yard. Running behind Miller and Preeb, as well as James Berry on that right side. And they're able to get the push enough for Pugliese to push his way into the end zone for 2 points. And this is where you see where the miscues in their PAT game for Devlin coming back earlier in the game. This is a situation where maybe they should be up 3 or even 4 points.
And Mike Gabriel told us before the game the best way to combat Caleb Flack is keep the ball away from him.
Exactly.
And they've done a good job as Holy Family has outscored Devlin 9-0. Or no, check that, 11-0 here in the third quarter.
It'll be interesting to see how Devlin will bounce back from this. We saw how Holy Family, down by 12 at halftime, did not panic, did not come out here with some heightened sense of urgency to get back in the game. They stuck with their plan. We'll see how Devlin, if they come out relaxed on this next offensive possession.
Adam Schultz holding the ball for Geis. High kick, and it flies into the end zone. So the kicking game has been effective for Holy Family. 1st and 10 Jaguars at their own 20-yard line.
That's got to feel good if you're a kicker when the officials are already blowing their whistle, signaling a touchback when the ball is still hanging around, above the 20-yard line somewhere.
And are they going to kick it over with somebody offsides? Or maybe they kicked the ball prematurely before the official gave him the go-ahead. So Geis will just probably kick it through the end zone again. Gavin Geis, he's a senior. Also plays a little running back and defensive back. He's got a 37-yard field goal to his credit tonight. Kick is coming to Menard at the 5. Menard straight up the middle. Menard had a crease and gets taken down at the 33-yard line. So a good return of 28 yards, and that's where the Jags will start at their own 33.
And Mike Gabriel's got to take a giant breath when he thinks he has a touchback. They got to re-kick it, and then the ball is in the hands of Menard.
The speedster. He's running pretty slow there.
But he is scary.
That's one way to slow him down, put him in slow motion. So Flack behind center. Stratman in the backfield, and Stratman gets the ball, and he goes nowhere. Quinn on the tackle. Also in there for Holy Family was Nico Bennett. Check that, Nico Elliott.
Still a very strong crosswind coming from the press box, essentially out across the field, out to the other sideline. It has not died down in the least bit.
So 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Whitaker standing behind quarterback Caleb Flack. Whitaker gets the pass, avoids a tackle, down the sideline. Joe Whitaker is gone. Touchdown, Devlin.
What a play.
And is there a penalty marker on the play, Brett? The officials conferring. If it stands, it's a 67-yard touchdown, but they're going to bring it back. And we'll see if we can spot the infraction.
It's just a simple screen play. They get everybody out of there, and he hits Whitaker right in stride. I guess it's not a screen play.
But he was lined up.
Wow.
Wow, block in the back. So a break for Holy Family, as that would have been a 67-yard touchdown. But Whitaker looked like he was lined up along the sideline, and he was able to avoid the hit, put on the afterburners. So they'll mark it from the spot of the foul. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 39-yard line of Devlin. Flack, outlet pass complete, and out of bounds near midfield is Alec Camito. So 1st down for Devlin. They'll spot it at their own 49-yard line. Actually, they'll put it right at the 50-yard line stripe.
And you can see Flack, just his quarterbacking skills on that pass like that. Even the one before when it was called back, just dropping it right in where it has to be.
And at times he's had some pressure. He doesn't seem to get rattled. 3 receivers left. Menard to the right. One-on-one coverage on the outside. Pressure. Across the middle. Intercepted. Morgan Dorr gets it inside the 35-yard line. Turnover, first of the night by Devlin. And Holy Family in business.
Flack looking at Menard the whole way. We said it before the plays. You see Menard down here on the near side. He's going to run into the middle of the field. They get a lot of pressure on Flack. He throws an ill-advised pass over the middle, off his back foot, and Dorr right there to make the pick. Holy Family is in business.
Adam Schultz applying the pressure on Flack. And Holy Family at the Devlin 31-yard line. De Herrera, nowhere, loses a yard. He gets stacked up. A very stout effort by Truman. Also Doyle and Hall on the tackle. Balbin stuck his nose in as well. That'll leave a few bruises on De Herrera's body tomorrow. 2nd down, 11. Tigers at the Devlin 32. 2:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 19-18. Jaguars by 1. Pugliese to the right of Langfield. Pugliese gets the carry, picks his way through traffic, gets just inside the 30-yard line, about a 2-yard gain, and will bring up 3rd and long. They are in field goal range. It would be an awfully long attempt.
It would, but, you know, any positive yardage, they are in range. He kicked a 41, 42-yarder a couple weeks ago. So, you know, if they can maybe get 6-7 yards out of this.
They would like to get a few more yards.
Even if they don't get the 1st down, you know, you're positioning yourself. You're down 1 point. You got to be thinking about the ultimate score up there.
Langfield, quick outlet to Erb. And Erb catches it, but he's on his knee. And it'll be 4th down. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. And Gavin Geis will come out to try the long field goal. Now here's where you might want to watch out for a fake if you're Devlin.
Exactly. See, he's going to he's on that right hash mark, so to push the ball back toward the upright, he will have some wind against him with the wind pushing across the field.
This will be a 45-yard attempt as Scout Cox will set it at the 35-yard line. Guys, he's got enough distance.
Wow.
And it is good.
Wow.
Good heavens. Holy moly, Holy Family. It is now Tigers 21, Jaguars 19. And with 58 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, this has been a quarter dominated by the Tigers.
It has, and we talk about the importance of special teams all the times in all the games that we do. And if you look at how Holy Family's cut into this and taken the lead, I should say, down 19-7 at the half, they didn't get 2 touchdowns to do that. No, they get their points when they're out there. They've got a good place kicker, and when they're in range, they play to get points. They get the 3 points on the field goal on the first drive. They get the touchdown, obviously, with D. Herrera on the second with the 2-pointer, and then another field goal from long distance. And that's a recipe to win football games.
And Coach Gabriel, he's a very calm guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going to panic, and I think that rubs off on his team.
It absolutely does.
They don't get frantic. They just know what they have to do, and they do it. So 21-19, Tigers have the lead for the second time tonight. And that ball goes into the end zone off the foot of Geis. Probably a little jacked up after his 45-yard field goal. So now we'll see what Caleb Flack can do. And penalties have really killed the Jaguars tonight. Missed extra point, penalty, then a result, 2-point conversion. They had a touchdown this half, a 67-yard touchdown play, called back because of a penalty.
And then a couple plays later, they throw the interception. They go from having a touchdown to throwing an interception that set up that field goal for Holy Family.
So now the fans are on their feet, at least most of them here at Holy Family. Flack, quick outlet pass, complete. Ball out to the 28-yard line. Luke Stratman, the reception. And now here's where the Jaguars, no need for them to get all flustered.
And that's what I was trying to point out on their last drive when Holy Family pulled within one. It'd be interesting to see when facing a little adversity how they would bounce back from that.
Second down and a little bit more than a yard. Under 30 seconds to go and counting. Flack keeps, and he gets nailed. Close to the first down. But what a tackle by Nate Golter.
Golter staying at home, taking care of his assignment. His assignment happens to be Caleb Flack, putting the big hit on him.
Tell you, that had to hurt. That looked like helmet-to-helmet contact.
He'll remember that.
Watch Golter come up from the right. Boom. But he did get the first down.
And where they were really dangerous in the first half, we haven't seen too many of these. We've seen them try to hook up the Flack to Menard. A lethal combination. We talked about Menard over 1,000 yards receiving on the season.
Flack looking downfield. Menard incomplete. Actually, that ball was intended for Stratman, and tremendous coverage by Thomas Williams.
But you can still see Flack, I mean, under all kinds of duress here, rolling out to his non-throwing side, and he's still able to just put it right on the money. I mean, he put the ball where it had to be.
So with 7 seconds left in the third quarter, a second down and 10 for the Jags at their own 30-yard line. Flack complete. Stratman with the reception, but he got pummeled by Thomas Williams. So with 1 second left, the clock is stopped for the first down. And on the ground is Luke Stratman. What a reception, Brett.
What a reception, what a hit.
And that, my friends, is football.
And Williams making the nice in coverage on the last play that was incomplete.
So that'll do it for the quarter as they wind the clock. So one more quarter to go. It's been a good one thus far. Should be a fantastic finish. Our score after 3, Holy Family 21, Devlin 19. Fans on their feet. We'll be right back. And there's the first down reception to end the third quarter for Holy Family, or for Devlin. 21-19, Tigers lead the Jaguars. Flack, first down pass, incomplete, intended for Stratman.
It's good to see
Would have been
Stratman.
a short pickup.
It's good to see Stratman okay after that huge hit he took from Williams to end the quarter right there.
I think they just had to pump a little air in them. Wind has died down a little bit, not much. The flag is not straight out. Well, it kind of is now.
Now it is. Now that you mention it.
Keep an eye on that wind, Brett.
As long as I don't have to stand out in it.
Caleb Flack has some time, now flushed.
Look out.
Flack with some speed, first down and more. And he scoots out of bounds inside the Holy Family 40-yard line.
Again, there's that 4.6 speed. You don't want him to throw it because he's awful accurate. When you get him outside in open space, he can definitely take off, and he's got great speed. And he knows where that first down marker is.
And the safety of the sideline. 13th first down of the night for Devlin. They have it 1st and 10 at the Holy Family 38-yard line. Whitaker and Stratman in the backfield. Flack rushed. Screen to Whitaker. He's got some room. Fakes out Quinn. Dodges tacklers inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Fumble. Our stat man Don has the binoculars out, and it will be recovered by Devlin.
Yeah, as we see right here, they were in sort of that pistol formation where Stratman goes in motion to the outside, but they throw the screen pass here to Whitaker, and he's able to get out in space into that second level, and it's going to take a crowd to tackle him.
Flack is 12 for 25, 187 yards.
Ball security, though, has to be an issue in a close game like this. You don't want to get a big play like that and then give the ball back just by not holding on to the ball correctly.
1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Flack pressured. Flack very slippery, gets out of bounds.
Very slippery, very fast.
But good coverage by the secondary. And Flack not forcing a pass. Each team with one turnover tonight. We'll see where they spot the football. At the 19, just a gain of a yard. I thought he had more than that.
Yeah, I did too.
And the press box is kind of low here at Holy Family, so sometimes it's tough to see that far sideline. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 19. Menard and Stratman to the left. Whitaker up the middle. Whitaker taken down by Dorr and company. Schultz in there, also Quinn. I think Mike Gabriel would be happy if Devlin runs up the middle.
Yeah, I think he would, but this is a tough situation if you're Holy Family right here. What am I trying to say? That you don't want to give Flack too much time to throw it, but you also don't want him to get outside and make a play with his feet like he's shown himself able to.
So the spread formation in effect once again. 3rd and 9. Flack launches toward the end zone from Menard. Incomplete toward the back of the end zone. Coverage by the safety, Cox. And that was oh so close to 6 points for the Jags.
Menard makes a great play on the ball right here as we see, again, Flack rolling out to his non-throwing side. He throws it to the inside of the coverage right here, and Menard is able to adjust, diving inside of Cox. But he was not able to make the grab.
Looked like a makeable catch.
Everybody on this side of the stadium was holding their breath right there.
And now Menard will try a 36-yard field goal. Kick is up. It is long enough, and It is no good. Wide to the right. So the Tigers dodge a bullet with 10:07 to go, fourth quarter. Holy Family still leads by 2, 21-19.
And if I'm not mistaken, we haven't seen I mean, there have been several misses, both on PATs and field goals tonight. They've all been to the far side of the goalpost, and that's in reference to the crosswind coming through the stadium right now.
I think the wind took that one.
They're all going wide right down here to the left on your television screen, and wide left at the right end zone.
So if you're a kicker, you have to compensate a little bit for that. Split backs. Langfield launches it for Gerasis, and I think it might have been picked off.
No.
A catch by Gintis Gerasis. Good heavens.
He won the fight for the ball.
Coming out with the ball, though, well, it looked like it was Camito.
What a play. Gerasis, he goes up to try to make a play on the ball with one hand. He sticks his right arm up, pulls it down, traps it against the defender's body. Tie goes to the offense.
So a first down for Holy Family. I'm a little surprised they aired it out on first down. Langfield, the senior quarterback, has Pugliese and D. Herrera in the I formation behind him. Watson split to the near side. Herb to the far side. D. Herrera. 5 yards. 10 yards. First down, Holy Family. Tripped up by Camito, or he could have gone for much more. And D. Herrera, what a job he's done. 13 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
In relief of Connor Clay. And when they're on defense, you look down and you see Clay, giving counsel to D. Herrera as we see him on the run right here to the right side, showing a little burst of speed when he sees that green grass. But yeah, he has had a great game.
First and 10 Holy Family at the Jaguars' 49-yard line. D. Herrera doesn't get much this time. Met at the line of scrimmage. Doyle, the linebacker.
Yeah, going back to that first play, the one-handed catch, very uncharacteristic. I mean, we've been talking all night about the game plan of Holy Family. Being physical, running up, running the ball, and to see that on that first down play, Mike Gabriel kind of rolling the dice, making Devlin think a little bit on defense.
Loss of a yard on the play.
As they come back with two straight running plays, I got to believe they'll probably run it right here with Pugliese.
Think we might see a reverse or something of that nature. Pugliese up the middle. Pugliese close to a first down, might be a little short. Tackled by Whitaker. Also Swift there for Devlin.
Pugliese throwing great burst through the hole right there. Great burst. So we see him take the handoff right here. He really hit. I mean, he obviously sees a big hole to run through. And he's a guy kind of like Clay, kind of built like Clay, low to the ground. As you see him with the ball security there.
So third and less than a yard, ball right on the 40-yard line stripe. Langfield gives to Pugliese, first down. And right now it looks like they've worn down the defense of Devlin. They look tired.
It does, and like we pointed out, they're using this 1-2 punch of Pugliese and D. Herrera in relief of Connor Clay. You got to think that those two guys with a little bit of fresher legs, and that offensive line at Holy Family, they love to run block. They really do. If they can get downhill and get some momentum, that's something they're very dangerous with.
Well, Preeb, the center, Matthew Miller, the right guard, and James Barry, the right tackle, have been outstanding tonight. Pugliese up the middle. Another nice chunk of change. About a 5, maybe 6-yard carry. And the clock is winding down. Under 8 minutes to go. 21-19 Holy Family.
And this has got to be ideal for Mike Gabriel. You've got a running game that is running downhill right now, that is forcing the issue. You got a 2-point lead, bleeding the clock.
So Holy Family well over 200 yards on the night on the ground. 2nd and 6. D. Herrera, a little stutter step. D. Herrera surges forward down to the 26-yard line. Camito on the tackle. Somebody should get this tape to Josh McDaniels of the Broncos. This is how you run the football.
As Bill gets a round of laughs around the press box up here.
I wasn't looking for the laughs, I'm serious. 253 yards on the ground for Holy Family, and a timeout taken on the field by Devlin. And the home crowd giving the offensive unit a standing ovation.
Man, they are physical, aren't they?
And we don't have time of possession. 2 reasons. A, I don't think Don is capable of doing the time of possession. And B, I never asked him. I'm sure he could do it.
I think I know who has the edge, though.
Yes.
By a wide margin.
Especially this second half. And you can see this game again Tuesday at 10 a.m., Wednesday matinee, Thursday primetime, Saturday at 6 p.m. for those of you who cannot get a date. So Brett will be watching this game Saturday night.
Come on now, you don't have to say that over the air. I thought I told you that in confidence.
It's been a fabulous high school football game. 7 minutes to go. 3rd down and a long 2. Pugliese, and a whistle blows. A whistle. Mike Gabriel out on the field, gesticulating, and he doesn't look happy. That last timeout was taken by Devlin, so they have 2 remaining.
But to be fair to Coach Gabriel, I don't think I can ever tell when he's happy or when he's not happy.
Holy Family tonight, 13 pass attempts, 42 rushing attempts. Devlin, 27 pass plays, 15 rushes. So when you look at total number of plays, Holy Family, 55. Devlin, help me out, Don, 42. Simple math, not my bag.
That and a good hairstyle, right?
Exactly. Pugliese up the middle. Barrels inside the 20. And this offensive line is just dominating right now. It has to be very frustrating for Devlin head coach Jeremy Bennett. Let's take another look at the power of Holy Family.
As we see Pugliese right here, as we look at the push the offensive line's getting. Once he even gets to contact, he's already gotten first down yardage. That's how far back the offensive line is pushing Devlin back. That right side, though, they love going to that right side. Barry, Miller, and Preeb at the center position. They love running behind them.
Now they go up the middle behind Preeb. Bouncing off tackles, Pugliese. Pugliese near the goal line. First down, Holy Family. Looks like an 18-yard gain, and we have an injured Jaguar on the 18-yard line.
So you see this time they just run it right up the middle. Pugliese bouncing off would-be tacklers. Again, holding on to the ball with 2 hands. So he gets around right near the goal line. And Holy Families, what a second half they've put together. What a second half.
George Truman, the sophomore defensive end, is sitting on the 19-yard line, shaken up. So he's being attended to.
And I was pointing this out earlier in the game, and it's kind of relevant now. Holy Family with a 2-point lead. When we were talking about the importance of chasing points and getting your PATs, if they're able to put 7 points on the board, that's a 9-point game, making it a 2-possession game, as opposed to maybe, obviously, if they're up by 1, it'd make it an 8-point game, still a 1-possession game. That's how important the PATs early in the game are. Why we stress that.
And it looks like they've spotted the ball at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go at the 4 as George Truman walks off under his own power. So hopefully Truman is okay. And now it's 1st and goal, and if I'm Holy Family, I just run the ball.
Yeah.
Pugliese spins, and he gets taken down. Big Zach Wendt, the junior at 270 pounds, made a stop there. And if Holy Family can score here, Brett, and add the extra point, it'll be a 2-possession game as we are under 6 minutes to go. So no gain on the play. 2nd and goal from the 4. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Pugliese up the middle. And he gets wrapped up and thrown backwards by Eric Garza. So Devlin, saying not so fast.
Exactly. Devlin, as they get down here at goal to go,
has decided to push back a little bit.
Pugliese, 16 carries, 70 yards. And if you're Holy Family, you don't want to settle for a field goal. A field goal would force Devlin to score a touchdown.
They got D. Herrera back in the game. You got to think that maybe they're going to try to get him out to the edge somehow.
How about a rollout pass option for Langfield? I formation. Pugliese the fullback. D. Herrera. Pass to Pugliese. And he scores.
What
he breaks a tackle and gets in. He was drilled by Camito. He was able to spin in for the touchdown.
What a play. What a run by Pugliese.
Good heavens. It's an 8-point Holy Family lead. This is a huge extra point. Again, the wind is blowing briskly across the field.
Yeah, it'll be going from their right to their left.
Geis will try the extra point. Cox the holder. Kick is up and it is good. He kicked it out of the stadium. So with 4:54 to go in the fourth quarter, Holy Family 28, Devlin 19.
Just the determination right here from Pugliese. He doesn't see this tackle coming right here until the last possible minute. He's able to spin out, stay low to the ground, and just he puts his hand down. He does anything he can to keep his knee off the ground and to get into the end zone. What a play.
And the senior, 5'9", 165, and he scores the touchdown. And I believe that is his second touchdown of the night. I may be wrong. Actually, it is his first touchdown of the night.
And you can't stress enough that with the 1-2 punch of Pugliese and D. Herrera, they're down 19-7. Their star running back, Connor Clay, goes down. These two guys have stepped up in a huge way here in the second half.
Yeah, at halftime, it was 19-7 Jaguars as Flack had 3 touchdown passes. But Holy Family has outscored Devlin 21-0 here in the second half. But when you have a guy like Caleb Flack, this game is far from over.
Exactly. He's the kind of quarterback you want to have down by 9 points.
So Geis will kick it deep. High kick. Menard at the 10 with some steam. And Menard bounces out of the pack. And with the angle and knocking him out of bounds is the kicker, Geis. Fumble, but I believe it's out of bounds. And Geis looked a little annoyed and really flung Menard out of bounds.
But as we just pointed out, 2-possession game, and this is the kind of field possession you want if you're Devlin, especially with a star quarterback back there that's capable of anything. As we see Menard here on this return, looks like he's got a head of steam. He runs into a pile of humanity here. He's able to bounce it outside and get an extra 20 or 30 yards out of it.
Again, the loser of this game probably out of the playoff picture. Both teams 5-3. Pass incomplete through the hands of Menard. As on the coverage was Nate Golter. Would have been a gain of about 8.
And this is a situation, too, where Flack maybe has to put some trust or one of these other receivers besides Menard has to step up and make a big play. I mean, he's looking at number 3 on every play. You know they've got to put the ball in the air. You know who their go-to guy is, and Flack is almost sort of telegraphing him to Menard.
2nd and 10 Jags. Ball at the Tigers' 48-yard line. Flack launches deep. Incomplete. Not sure who he was throwing to there. Stratman and Perico were both running down the field on fly patterns, and he threw it between them. So now 3rd and 10. Are they in 4-down territory?
Yep.
Okay.
They sure are.
I would agree. They have 2 timeouts remaining. So Devlin in a little bit of hot water right now as the fired up Holy Family Tigers trying to hang on to this 9-point lead. Flack being pressured from behind, bounces a pass to Menard, incomplete. It will bring up a 4th down. And Devlin has to go for it. Again, they are 2 possessions away. And Brett, you called it earlier. You don't like chasing points early in the game. And those 2 missed conversions, the extra point was missed, and then the fake 2-point conversion was missed. And that's really coming back to haunt Devlin now, because they could punt the ball away.
Absolutely.
If it was a 1-possession game. 4th and 10. Caleb Flack, the junior. He'll be playing the Army All-American Junior Combine later this year. He needs a big play here.
Ooh.
Bumps into Whitaker, pass complete but short. Anthony Perico with the catch, but it's 9 yards, they needed 10. So Holy Family gets the ball on downs, and that was just a mix-up in the backfield.
It was, and you almost have to give Flack, I mean, they didn't get it. He was able to keep his feet, but yeah, great job. You cannot stress enough this second half. Coach Gabriel at halftime making the adjustments. They come out, putting Pugliese and De Herrera in there for the interplay, as we said, and they've been great. They've been unbelievable here in this half.
I'm not a smart man, Brett, but I'm guessing a lot of runs here. De Herrera surges forward for about a yard. And one thing I've been impressed with, and you stressed it earlier, Brett Davis, ball security. Holy Family really taking care of the football. They do,
and this is where that's very important, because you know, when you run those drills in practice and everyone's swatting at the ball, well, that's exactly what Devlin's doing right now.
Devlin trying to cause a turnover. They need one badly. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line of the Tigers. Kyle Munoz is in as they go to a double tight end set. Fumble! Langfield covers it. As soon as we talk about ball security, a missed exchange and a timeout taken by Devlin. 3:31 remaining. And Devlin now with 1 timeout remaining.
Yep, very, very scary moment there for Holy Family. And this is another one of those tough situations right here. If you can get the first down, then that's another minute or so. I guess they have 1 timeout left, but it's still more clock you can run, but you also run the risk of throwing an incomplete pass and stopping the clock. Again, it's a 2-possession game. I think the no-brainer call right here is to give it to Pugliese or to De Herrera, tell them to stay in bounds and turn the field over here and make Flack drive his team a ways down to even pull within 1 possession.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's game on KCCB Channel 8. This is our last football game of the season. And I'd like to give some credit to some of the people who work so hard behind the scenes. Brett and I steal the glory. We're beloved by all the listeners and viewers. But the people behind the scenes really make it work. And I want to mention their names as we move along. 3rd and 13. Langfield. Pass incomplete, a little surprising. Balbin with the pressure, and Holy Family will have to punt it away.
It's a big break for Devlin right there.
But the manager of video production at Channel 8 is Kim Greason. Graphics, Paul Everett. The cameras, Alan Warties, Mark Olson, and Pat Boyle. The playback operator is Rocky Thompson, not to be confused with Rocky Thompson, the 1972 first-round draft pick of the New York Football Giants. Utility, Jonathan Warties. Statman is Don Pablo Apodaca. As De Herrera's kick will bounce at the 40, roll to the 35, inside the 35, and that's where Devlin will start. And Brett, I want to thank you for a great season. I've had a blast working with you, but I saved the best for last. The senior director is Victor Seif, and of all the directors I've worked with in television and in radio, Victor is one of them. 1st and 10 Jaguars at the 34-yard line. So now, it's now or never for Devlin.
And
They've
I would
got
like
to score quickly.
And I would like to congratulate Victor on a job done.
Flack with some time. Complete to Menard.
Ooh.
Little hook and
Look at
ladder.
this.
And going downfield. And going in for the score is Stratman. Good heavens. Out of the Boise State playbook.
Boise State Fiesta Bowl.
A 66-yard connection. Flack to Menard to Stratman. And good heavens, that's a crowd silencer.
Somebody tell Coach Gabriel to watch out for the Statue of Liberty play.
28-25. Holy Family by 3. And the extra point try by Summer Elliott. High snap. She gets it up and through. So a clutch kick by Elliott. And it's now 28-26. Holy Family by 2. 3:14 to go. And Brett, we talked about having to score quickly, and that's what the Jags did.
As we see right here, Flack's able to get the pass out to Menard. Menard making the catch. The quick flip. And when you do that too, see, Menard is running back toward the field, and so is the entire defense. Everybody's focused on him. They know he's their playmaker. Everybody's moving with him. But the ball is going the other way.
Wow, that quieted the crowd. The festive mood on the Holy Family side now laced with trepidation.
And if you're
watch an onside kick here.
You watch an onside kick, but I think if you're Devlin, you kick it deep.
Or you might try to pooch it over the first wall of defense for the Tigers and maybe get a loose ball.
Devlin has 3:14 left with 1 timeout. Looks like they're playing mind games here.
And the ball blows off the tee. And here's where the wind could hurt them. If they go for an onside kick, you lose a guy who holds the ball.
You do, and you also kind of showed your hand right there. They're running what? They had 4 or 5 guys running out to the near side right here, looking like they're maybe faking an onside, or they're playing mind games with Holy Family.
Would you go for the onside kick here?
No, kick it deep.
I would. It's a chance to get the ball back. We'll see. Menard squibs it. The onside kick.
Uh-oh.
Ball is loose. I have no idea who has it. And Holy Family has the ball. We'll see who came up with it. It looked like Gavin Geis.
It looked like one of those situations where I said uh-oh in the middle of it. He goes up. You see these in onsides all the time where the catch is made as soon as like the impact gets there, and then the ball, then it's anyone's ball.
So Langfield comes in. Again, Holy Family, if they can get a first down or 2, they'll ice this game. I don't think we'll see the ball in the air. Langfield behind center, Walker Preeb. Give to Pugliese.
And here's the timeout. Nope.
Well, not yet. They're going to save it. Tackle on the play by Wendt. He's had a nice game for the Jaguars. No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 49. Now the back judge, because there is no time clock here, when there gets to be 5 seconds on the play clock, he'll start moving his arm. So the quarterback, Zach Langfield, will be watching the back judge. Pugliese surges forward for 2 yards.
Here's the timeout.
So that is the 3rd and final timeout of the half.
That's a good call, and that's a good call. You get the stop on. You're going to have to let the clock run on one of the 2 downs. So you get the stop of no yardage on 1st down. Then you let the clock run there, and you try to get a short yardage on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and long, so you're going to make Coach Gabriel make another tough decision like he had on the last drive. Do you run the ball with low risk, low reward, or do you throw the ball up in the air, risking an incomplete pass that would stop the clock in 4th down, or potentially getting a 1st down where you could, as you said, ice the game? Not quite ice the game, but really run a lot of time off.
It's been a wild affair here at Holy Family High School.
I think that made sense, right?
It did. But I remember our first game of the year, Brett, a very hot summer day and now a late fall evening.
Brisk.
This is high school football at its finest.
As we said earlier, a beautiful field. The grass, it's painted.
And I know you're enjoying this so much that you don't even want to take a paycheck tonight, Brett.
I might not get one after, and you might not either.
Give to Pugliese. Pugliese, first down. Pugliese inside the 20. Pugliese, touchdown, Holy Family, 51 yards.
What a play. Anthony Pugliese reset it. What would they do? Devlin played that series very well as they get to 2 short yardage, but Pugliese is able to break it.
And this is a huge extra point.
It is, yeah. We talked about the 1 and 2 possession game.
Some lady shouting into the press box. Extra point is up and it is good.
Back to a 2 possession game.
It's always funny when people come up to the press box and just start shouting in the window. And
what about
try to push them back out?
Well, you know, we've had other broadcasts where the people are throwing things like pins and ice into the window.
That was at Broomfield we were getting attacked. But this may have sealed the deal for the Tigers.
Pugliese breaking tackles at the line, blocking downfield, and then he gets to that sideline.
Foot race.
Yeah, exactly, and he was not going to be kept out of the end zone.
So 35-26. So after the hook and ladder play that went for 66 yards for Devlin, a stunning blow, the Tigers come right back, and on a 3rd and 10, that was a backbreaker. But with this Devlin team, I'm not going to count them out.
Exactly. Caleb Flack back there can do a lot for you.
And if you're Holy Family, I would think you kick away from number 3, Matt Menard. Geis, you'll try to put it in the end zone, I would assume, or maybe a squib. Band is going nuts for Holy Family. Line drive kick, and it goes out of bounds.
Good field position. So here you go. You've got 2.5 minutes, 2:21. You've got one of the best quarterbacks in the state, if not, one of the best junior quarterbacks in the entire country on your side. It is a 2-possession game, but I could think of worse positions to be in if you're Devlin.
And so they will put the ball at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Jaguars. No timeouts remaining. Again, that stiff breeze going across the field from our vantage point right into the face of the far sideline.
Maybe they've got a Fumble-Rooski in their playbook.
Surprised Holy Family doesn't have a safety deeper.
It's like they're bringing the heat.
Flack gets out of bounds, gets hit on his way out of bounds as Quinn was in hot pursuit. 2nd down, clock stops with 2:13 to go.
And it looks like they're not going to show him any prevent defense. They don't want him to sit back there and complete passes. I think with their normal pass rush, but before tonight, Flack had only been sacked 4 times on the entire season. You don't want to give him any time, even if there's 6 defenders back there, because he'll find an open receiver. So they're, again, sticking with their game plan of getting in his face and making life tough for him.
2nd and 4. Flack sacked. Good heavens. Coming in was Matthew McLean, the senior, 6'1", 185.
And that's another backbreaker for Devlin. Again, no timeouts. And now you face a 3rd and a mile situation. Well, and 3rd and 15, and as we see right here, he's looking downfield. Does not even, he didn't see it till it was too late.
And they huddled up, costing themselves valuable seconds. 3rd and 15 at the 30-yard line. Flack downfield, complete and out of bounds. Alec Camito on the catch. And this will be the ball game, Brett. 4th down and a long 3. Ball at the Devlin 42-yard line.
If they can get a stop right here, then they will go into everyone's favorite play.
The kneel down.
That would be the kneel down, yes.
And at Holy Family, the kneel down, little prayers involved too. Flack fires downfield, intercepted by Golter.
Slide.
Get down. And he gets thrown down. And that should do it. But I agree with you, Brett. Too many times you see guys try to run and they could fumble it. But the interception, and what an incredible comeback for Holy Family. Minute 16 to go. Devlin cannot stop the clock.
As we see right here, they'll come up, yes. Here's the victory formation.
And Langfield takes a knee. You ever seen a team throw from this formation, try to run it up?
I don't think you can. You can fake a. I think
Spike.
they have rules in place where you can fake a spike, but you can't fake a kneel. You don't want. They don't want you faking a kneel because then the defenders will really. You're not really supposed to go full speed on these plays, you know.
So an incredible win for Holy Family. They were down 19-7 at halftime. I don't know what Mike Gabriel told him at the break, but we'll ask the coach in our post-game wrap-up.
Well, and on your note of running it up from the kneel, I don't think Mike Gabriel has a whole lot of Steve Spurrier in him.
No, or Bobby Bowden.
Yeah.
I'd try to run it up, though. I don't have much character myself. So the crowd on their feet, a well-deserved standing ovation for the Holy Family Tigers. "15 seconds, and that is it." Players shaking hands, good sportsmanship, and a very important win. Devlin, they fall to 5-4 on the season, 3-3 in Metro North play. And up next, they will take on Arvada at Trailblazer Stadium. That'll be their final game of the year, as they're pretty much done as far as playoff contention goes. Holy Family, they're still in the playoff chase as they improve to 6-3 overall, 4-2 in the Metro North Conference. And their next game, a very big game against Alameda. And Alameda has struggled this year, so you would think that Holy Family should be able to handle them. But being high school football, you never know.
And you talk about getting in the driver's seat for the playoff race. Again, Holy Family moving up to 3A this year. Keep that in mind.
So our final score, Holy Family 35, Devlin 26. And the Holy Family Tigers come to the near sideline and they salute the fans. A fun scene here at Holy Family High School. And when we come back, Brett and I will have the post-game wrap-up after this. Celebratory crowd here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium as Holy Family defeats the Devlin Jaguars by a score of 35-26. Head coach Mike Gabriel joins us. And coach, 19-7, you're down at the break, but you stuck to the game plan. What'd you tell the team at halftime?
I just told them that find their heart to dig deep and play the way we know how they know how to play.
Connor Clay got off to a great start. He had 92 yards, and then he got injured. First, tell us about his injury, what's his status, and then the job that Jared D. Herrera did filling in for him.
I'm not really sure about his status. I think it's an ankle sprain, but Jared's been a backup all year and filling in for Connor, spotting him. So we have a lot of faith in our backs.
Now, the Jaguars scored 19 points in the first half. How'd you slow them down in the second half?
We stuck to the game plan and got after the quarterback, and I thought the kids did a better job of doing that the second half for sure.
You were able to run the ball so effectively. You've always been a good running team, but anything in particular that made you guys so successful on the ground tonight?
I think the kids just found their heart. We've been searching for it all year, talking about minimizing mistakes, and they did that tonight.
Talk a little bit about the offensive line. How good were they tonight?
They were imperative tonight. We told them with game road on their shoulders, and they delivered tonight for us.
Now, you're pretty calm guys, we can tell in these interviews. Do you think that rubs off on your team, that they don't panic when things get a little hairy?
I hope it does. Sometimes, kids get excited. I try to stay even as I can, but I get excited too, as you can tell, since I don't have a voice anymore.
Yes. And this was a big win as far as playoff implications go.
It was huge. It was win or go home, basically. So it was a playoff game for us, as is next week. So we got to get ready for next week as well.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations. Good luck. And we'll be right back, and we'll talk to a couple of the stars of tonight's game for Holy Family. Stay with us. A come-from-behind win for Holy Family, 35-26 over Devlin. And right now, two of the offensive standouts for the Tigers joining us. Jared D. Herrera, the sophomore to my left, and to my far left, Zach Langfield. We'll start with you, Jared. You always hate to see a teammate go down. Connor Clay got off to a great start, but Holy Family didn't lose anything when you came in the game. What was your mindset when your teammate went down and you knew that you had to step up?
Oh, Connor's a really great runner, but you gotta feel for him, and our line did great today. So
now, early on, it was tough going for Holy Family. What did Coach Gabriel talk to you guys about at halftime?
Just to keep our heads up and keep fighting. Yeah.
Now, you're a sophomore. Was this your best game as a Holy Family Tiger?
Yeah, I gotta say it was. Yeah, definitely my best game.
Okay, now pardon me for reaching across you, but Zach Langfield, quarterback. First of all, the wind. We talked about that much of the game. How difficult was it to throw the football tonight?
Well, I don't know. I don't feel I didn't really notice the wind too much. We didn't throw as much as I thought that we would, but I don't know. It didn't seem like it was too big of a factor tonight.
How come you guys didn't panic? I mean, you kept to the game plan.
One of our goals this season was to be able to focus every single game and keep our composure in times of adversity. And that was just one thing that we were really able to do tonight, and we capitalized on it.
Now, the second half was a clinic in running the football. Did you feel you wore down the Jaguars' defense?
Oh, yeah, big time. Our coaches have been saying that we work harder than any team in the state, and I really think that we proved that tonight because, that the last 3 or 4 drives, I could see it in their faces, and they were tired. And I was watching our offensive linemen, and it almost looked like they weren't trying, but I knew that they were working their butts off, and I just knew we were the superior team.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on this game for you guys because you lose, no playoffs. Now you're a playoff factor. But Alameda, not as strong a team as Devlin, but you certainly can't afford to slip up next week.
Oh, definitely not. No, our playoffs have been on the line, like Jared said, ever since we lost to Kennedy. And so we got to keep our composure next week and come out and beat Alameda.
And Jared, what's it mean to have a senior quarterback like Zach back there?
Oh, Zach's a great quarterback. It's great to play behind him, and it's great to run behind him, and throw some good balls. So.
Well, fellas, congratulations on a thrilling victory, a great high school football game. Good luck next week. Appreciate it. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. And I bring in Brett Davis once again. And Brett, we always seem to see some really good football games here at Holy Family, and tonight was no exception. And a lot of high school teams would panic against a team like Devlin with a guy like Caleb Flack, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. And Holy Family just said, hey, let's take it to them in the second half. That's what they did.
They never did panic. It shows a great sign of character for this team. They knew they had plenty of time to run their offense, especially teams that don't have that quick strike capability. You see them kind of tend to panic, and that's definitely not Holy Family's game. They're a wear you down, physical, run the ball type of team, but they knew they had time to keep their game plan in place, and they did that. And it was a clinic of keeping your composure and not panicking in that second half.
And turnovers are always big in high school football. Holy Family had one early, but the second half they held on to the ball. They minimized their mistakes, very few penalties. And again, like you said, clinic is a good word.
It was, and they did come closer. Langfield showing great presence of mind to fall on the football there late in the game when they had the errant snap. But yeah, they showed tremendous ball security the entire game. We talked about it. We brought it up many times. You always see their runners with 2 hands on the ball all the time, and we always know when you turn the ball over,
you lose.
You do lose, yeah.
And Mike Gabriel a couple of times went for field goals. He didn't get greedy and try for a touchdown. He just kept tacking on points. And strategically, perhaps Coach Gabriel outcoached Devlin.
He did. Points, we kept pointing it out. We pointed it out with the bad PATs, with the field goals, taking 3 points. On the opening drive, they come out down, they were down 12 points, I believe. They kick a field goal, pull within 9. They keep chipping away. They score the touchdown after that. Then they kick another field goal at the end of the half. Next thing you know, they have a 14-point third quarter, and they had taken the lead. The points are so valuable in this game.
And you could really see the confidence turning in this game.
You really could. It just a great performance overall. Great coaching performance. You got to give Mike Gabriel tons of credit and his entire staff.
And I thought Devlin played a great game too. They just didn't have as much in the tank as Holy Family.
No, they didn't. And when you go against a physical running team like Holy Family, the one thing you have to worry about, especially when you have a quick strike offense like they do, a star quarterback, when the ball isn't in his hands for a long time, they lose momentum. And you absolutely saw the wind taken out of Devlin's sails there in the second half.
Well, our last game of the season, I'm kind of sad.
I know. It's very sad. It's been a great time, though. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've had a fun time working with you, Brett. Of course, our stat man extraordinaire, Don Pablo Apodaca, and also the entire crew led by Victor Seif and Kim Greason. So we thank you for watching all season long. So for Brett Davis, I'm Bill Rogan. Our final score, Holy Family 35, Devlin 26. And we'll see you next year on Channel 8.